Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm back with another game that you can play with just a standard 52 deck of cards called Deck of Spies. This was developed by James Newman and it was part of a Board Game Geek design contest where contestants submitted different games for games that could be played with just a standard deck of cards. And in the most recent design contest, this won first place, so I figured I'd give it a shot. In Deck of Spies, the goal of the game is to successfully infiltrate the spy network and to get everybody, a majority of the spies on your side. So what I've done is you take a deck of cards, you don't need the jokers, and you put them into different piles. You put ace through 4 in one pile, 5, 6, 7 in one pile, 8, 9, 10 in one pile, and then all of the face cards in a pile. And then you stack them on top of each other, so you have like face cards on bottom, 8, 9, 10s there, and then the 5, 6, 7 pile on top. These are the spy cards that you're trying to gain. And then the ace through 4 is shuffled for your own personal draw pile. And then you have 5 cards. So each turn, you essentially have 2 main things you can do, and you have 2 kind of extra things. You have the option to counter, which is pretty simple. All you have to do is, if you don't want this 5 or can't take it, you have to counter it by just discarding cards equal or greater than the value. So I could discard an ace is 1, so I could discard a 4 and an ace, or a 2 and a 3. As long as it equals 5, I can counter it. And what I would do for that is I would just place it face down right next to it. That card's kind of dealt with. The other option you have is to recruit them, and you do that by also having to discard cards equal to or greater than the value, but it has to be the same suit. So in this example, I could recruit this 5 because I could discard the 2 and 3 of hearts. That would equal 5 of hearts, which is enough to recruit them. The aces are a double agent. And one thing that's nice is any cards you commit with an ace can be changed to their suit. So if this 5 was of clubs, I could discard this ace and this 4, that would equal 5. And then this ace could basically turn the spade into a club. And thus, if this was a 5 of clubs, I would be able to recruit it. So countering and recruiting are the 2 main things you can do. You have an option to assassinate, which shouldn't really come up much, but if you can't recruit or counter, you basically have to go, if you have one in your hand or your deck, you have to discard one of your aces to essentially assassinate that card. They get flipped down, you discard your hand, and then you kind of just restart next turn. The last kind of move that you have that you can optionally do is something called retiring. And that is where after you either counter or recruit, you can retire cards from your hand as long as you have 2 or more of them in your hand. So for example, I could play this 2 and 3, discard them here. I could recruit them. And when I recruit cards, I didn't mention this, they go into your pile instead of face down here. You gain the cards, that's the whole point of recruiting. But then you can retire cards. So let's just say I didn't want these 4s anymore. Since I have 2 4s in my hand, I could just retire both of them by placing them face down up here, and then they're essentially not in my hand or my deck anymore. And that's a good way to, once you start getting better cards, getting rid of some of these 2s, 3s, and 4s you have. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, the deck here is kind of piled that the 5, 6, 7s is on top, and then below that is 8, 9, 10s, and on the bottom are the kings, queens, and jacks, which are the most important. I need to at least get 6 of them. I need to get 7 to win because there's 12 total. I need at least a majority. So 7 or more face cards is what I need to recruit in order to win. So getting started here, I could recruit, but here's the thing. 5s, there's a lot of cards coming down the line, and 5s are not one that I really am gonna want in the end game. So I really don't want to mess with 5s too much. So I'm just going to spend my ace and 4 and counter them. So I'm not going to recruit them. Next card I have to deal with is 7, and then at the end of each of your turns, if you have less than 5 cards in your hand, which you should, you'll just draw back up to 5 and then keep going. So now I got a 7 to deal with. I actually do want this card, but now I don't have a way to actually, I want to recruit it, but I can't because though I do have 7 in value here, it's not all hearts, so I can't recruit it. If I had an ace here of hearts, that would be helpful, but unfortunately I don't, so I would just have to counter them, put them off to the side, draw 2 more cards, see what I get. Wow, that's a lucky draw because I do like the 7s, so I can spend my 3 and 4 clubs to recruit the 7 clubs, and then I can retire my 2 2s because the 2s aren't very great, and I'm already adding 7s to my deck. Like, I'm gonna wanna see the 7s more than I see the 2s, so I will then draw back up to 5. And, oh, that's not a great hand to get. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to actually use the 2s. I can't recruit it because I don't have any diamonds. The ace is somewhere. So I will probably just for now get rid of all of these cards. That equals 7. That's enough to counter. Flip that over and draw 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. What's nice is I do like the 7s. I have 7, and it could be more than that. So 8, and then the spade converts these all to spades, so I can recruit. And now that my draw pile is empty, I need to draw more cards. You just shuffle these up and keep going. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So 6s, I kind of like. I mean, I can't really grab one at this point, even if I wanted to. So at this point, I will just have to counter them. And draw back another card. Okay. Well, I can definitely grab this since the club can convert this all, I can recruit this 6 here. We have the 5 of diamonds coming up, which I'm not a big fan of the 5s, so I'm gonna try to just not grab it. So I'm just going to go with something like this, that does equal 5, so I can counter it, but not recruit it. And once again, that's just because there's gonna be higher value cards. Like, in all honesty, at the end, when I get to like the end of the game with all the face cards, it would be great if my deck had like just 7 and 8s in it, and then the aces, and then I'd be sitting in a pretty good spot, I think. So yeah, 5s I really don't want to mess with. So, and you can also see like I have this 2 in my hand, so I know I have at least another 2 in my deck somewhere. So I'm just going to keep holding this in my hand until I see the other one pop up, so that I can try to get rid of both of them and retire them at the same time. So then I will just do something like, I'll get rid of this 4 and this ace and counter them. Okay, a 6 is not bad, but can I actually grab them? What am I at here? I'm at 5. I can't recruit them, but I can at least counter them with this 7 of spades, and then I can also retire my other 2s. Now my deck doesn't have any more 2s in it. We're moving up in the world. I can grab a couple more cards and the deck will be empty, but I'm in an okay position here because I can grab this 6, and I can also, so I could do something like this. It's 9 total, which is more than I need, but that's enough to recruit them. And then I can also retire my 3s, because why not? I'll start getting rid of those. Okay, I draw back to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I think I want to hold on to the 3s until I can start cycling them out. So maybe I'll get rid of like this 4 and an ace and just counter that. And then I draw 2 more. Okay. The 9s I also don't really want, because the 9s and 10s, they're not that much better than the 7s and 8s. So I think I'm just gonna kind of hold off on that for now by doing something like, that's 11 total, so I can at least counter them. Done and done. And then I could retire the 3s, but then I might not have enough. Maybe I'll take a risk. I'll go ahead and retire them, and hopefully I have enough to get that 8. Maybe I'll draw an ace or a 7. That works. Okay. Yeah, I can just use both of these. It's 11 total, and I can recruit the 8 and then draw back up. Oh boy, I need to draw a higher card or I might lose here. Okay, that was a little close. I don't like just having the aces, but all right. So I'll just use this to counter and see what I get next. The 9. Oh boy. Okay. Shuffle this. Wow, okay, I have like, I'm just gonna hold on to the spade, get rid of the 6 and 3 aces, that's 9 total. So I will block that successfully. We have an 8 now, so I need to draw 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I don't have the cards to actually recruit it, but I can block it. So yeah, I will counter this 8. Flip it over. I do want the 8s, and I'm just gonna go ahead and retire my 4s. I may be thinning my deck a little bit too fast, but I don't know. It's probably fine. What was that, 4 and 5? And I can go ahead and use my spades to recruit that. And then I need to shuffle again. 1 and 2. Wow, I have a lot of clubs here. So what I think I'll actually do is use the 6 and 7 to just... I think I don't have to recruit if I don't want to, so I'm just going to counter instead. And I will do that, and then flip over 2 new cards. 10, I also don't really want. The thing is, I'm trying to hold out for a another 4 so I can get rid of that. So I'm gonna block that, I'll counter them. Okay, we got another 8 popping up. Hopefully I see my, there we go. I was about to say my ace of hearts. So then I can just do something like, that's 9 total, and I can recruit that 8 to my side. There's probably not terribly many cards before, before the face cards start coming up. And what sucks is I was going to retire these 4s, but I wouldn't have enough to block everything. So then I will just we'll get rid of these 2, counter that. Okay, we got a 9, 1 card, and then I need to shuffle. All right, and I get the 8. Okay, well then I can at least get rid of both of these to counter. Okay, we got a 10. I need to draw some higher cards. Oh no, oh no. Oh, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. I'm gonna have to assassinate, which is never something you want to do. Ideally in this game, you don't want to assassinate. It's more or less like a loss, because this is gonna make getting these higher cards a lot trickier. I'm gonna just give up my Ace of Hearts, I guess. It's gonna be gone. And then I believe what happens is they go, and I think I'm supposed to discard my hand and redraw, because I believe how assassination works. So 4 and 5, okay. Not a great start. I guess I can go ahead, that's 13, kings are 13, so that's enough to block, but unfortunately not recruit. And these are the ones that I need to start recruiting. So not off to a great start, to say the least. I need at least my diamond, ace, or another high diamond. That is not what I was looking for. I guess I can get rid of, that's 11, so I can get rid of these 2. I could hold on to the 4 and maybe try to retire it. I was gonna say recruit it, retire it. But I don't know if that's the best option. So I might just do something like spending a lot just to counter them. And then, oh, I shouldn't have spent my clubs. Oh boy, oh no. Okay, that's lucky I drew that. I still don't have my other 4 though, which is unfortunate. But I still could at least spend all of these to recruit my first one and start drawing back up. And I need another high heart. Okay, that works. I can do this, but then I'm gonna be stuck with this 4 still for a while. But it's what I have to do, I think, at this point. So 3, 4, 5. Let's see, that's 13. So if I were to use that, I guess I can use all of these. So 7, 11, 12, 13, and then this diamond can convert them all to diamonds. Put them there, grab this and shuffle this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of clubs, which is good because I kind of need them right now. So then I will go ahead and use this 14 to grab that, and I need to draw 2 more. Come on, give me an ace. I just want an ace. Oh, that works too. My king of diamonds can definitely recruit them. Let's see if I get a spade. I do not. It's unfortunate. I think at this point I will spend both of these to just block them, to counter, and then I'll draw 2 more. That's not enough. Dang it, I really should have got rid of these 4s when I had the chance, because now I'm stuck with them and they're not doing me much good. Could block with this. Unfortunately, that's 13, so it's not enough to use my 12 there. So I'll just block it with this king. Oh man, I'm gonna lose this game. Okay, well I can at least recruit them. This is gonna be a lot closer than I would have liked, if I'm being honest. Okay, and okay. Yeah, what's nice is saving the face cards so I can do something like this, convert this to a king of spades, essentially, grab that, draw in 2 more cards. I should be semi-okay here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of, let's see, 10, 11, so maybe I'll get rid of these 3, because those will convert that to a club. I can grab that. And with that, that's the last card. Let's see if I was able to get 6 or more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was a close one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 I missed. So that was a win. I really like this game. I think it's a pretty neat design. I like the theme. You know, it's kind of makes sense what you're doing. You're recruiting spies, trying to counter them. There's assassinations and whatnot. Yeah, normally assassinations when I played don't happen very often. It's pretty unfortunate that one happened this game, and luckily it seemed to mostly work out. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting strategies with this. I was looking on the forum with the game, and I saw some interesting just posts about the strategies, including Will Sue, who designed For Northwood and Isoludo and a lot of other games, was chiming in with some really interesting strategy points. So that's why I got some tips about, you know, maybe not grabbing the 9s and 8s and just like looking at the 6 and 7s. And it seems like retiring is a really good part of the strategy, that you really want to thin out your deck so you draw the aces as much as possible. The aces are really helpful. That's why assassination's usually not something you want to do, because the aces, just being able to convert through suits is super helpful. But yeah, that is Deck of Spies. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you.